Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We are powered by Advanced Trading. Well, we're coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee today. Going to work today from RFD TV Studios. Going to have a chance to host Cow Guy Close. I'll also be on RFD TV at 11:45. I think I'll walk down, put a dress shirt on. You may see a little wardrobe change and go on set. I'll be on with my friend Tony. So he's just an absolutely great guy. All right. A lot of things happen in the markets. Of course, as you know, we have a USDA report tomorrow. Tomorrow's the end of the month, end of the quarter, USDA report, and there's a lot of things going on, and we got to get you all up to date to it. We've had some big moves in cattle. Brady Huck's going to co-host today. Before we bring Brady on, let's go down to LaSalle Street and check on the markets. I think you'll like the price action better today than previous days. All right. Dees corn up a half. July soybeans up 1. No beans unchanged. Little strength in bean oil. Meal a little lower. Wheat, hello, ring the bell. Border trade wheat up 15. KC up 8. Minneapolis up 10. You can only go down so many days in a row, but don't worry. Markets aren't closed yet. There's still time to turn around, and that's what wheat's been doing. Maybe today's the day. Possible short covering rally. Before the report, Brady and I will break down the charts. Looking at feeder cattle a little lower, live cattle up a little bit, lean hogs up at 30. Take it to Wall Street, Brother Joe. Gold, on fire, up 28. Silver having some strength. Interest rates coming down a little bit. The bond market's up. That means interest rates are lower. Crude oil up 77, 81, 67. Natural gas lower. And of course, the stock market doing stock market things. Dow Jones unchanged. NASDAQ up 50. S&P up 4. Bitcoin up 1,200. Dr. Copper unchanged. Brady Huck, let's talk cattle. And of course, we can't have a live stream without talking about a presidential debate, but I will not be watching the presidential debate. I just looked up at the news and realized it was on. Will you be watching the debate?
Will I be watching? Probably so for a while, as much as I can take. You can't beat this type of entertainment. Get those guys up there throwing punches. See what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, speaking of punches, oh my, Biden, Trump. I know one of those two allegedly is going to be our next president. Now, I do know some conspiracy theories. I don't want to talk about it on ATI Pro Media because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But I've been listening to shows and podcasts that think neither of those two are going to be president, and there's going to be some switches here for the election. Listen, it's 2024. I've seen planes go through buildings. I've seen them lock us up, lock us in, lock something. I don't know what happened. The whole world, right? We've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen stock markets crash. I've seen stock markets rally. And really, honestly, Brady, when you walk down Main Street, can you tell who's president?
I mean, it has an impact on our day-to-day lives, but I don't think it. Yeah, I mean, it's a circus, right? Depending whoever's in office, it impacts all of our lives every day. Yeah, it is what it is, Tom.
That was the best no answer I've ever seen. All right, let's talk about something you aren't afraid to talk about, and that would be cattle. What do you know on cattle, young man?
Hell, yesterday was a great day, Tommy. It was a fantastic day in the cattle market. Feeder market's been hot. Cash market on the fat side of things has been creeping higher. It's demand season. It's great to see this cattle market moving higher. But you go back to the uncertain, the presidential debate, the number of uncertainties going forward, and high prices, they don't stay high forever. And if cattle guys need to learn something from grain farmers, it's that this market doesn't last forever. And we need to be paying attention here and cognizant of that level. So good. Yeah. A little weaker today out of the gate, maybe on the grain markets and waiting to see it. The cattle guys are waiting to see what happens here on tomorrow's report as well. But what chart
August
we got up
cattle.
here?
Hey, that's August cattle. We have a pigs number today, too. I didn't mention that, but Tony Dunk, is that today or tomorrow, the hogs?
I honestly don't know, but
that's because I do not work with a single hog client, nor am I looking to. If you're a hog out there and you want to do anything in hogs, we send you to Tony Dunker. She's a lot better at it than I will ever be.
We are going to record with Tony here this afternoon. I think Tony wanted to put some stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's get that bundled up. We'll send that out. Absolutely. All right. Grains are yes, sir.
On this chart side of things, is there an October? It looks like October feeders. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I can get that. Yep. Price check.
I think feeders. Yeah, you look at this feeder cattle contract, and whether you're looking at October, September, or August, any of those fall months, we kind of got a little wedge forming. You take those tops back in the early part of the year, and if you draw a downward trend line on those highs, we're knocking on that downward trend line, and then we've got a kind of an upward trend line as well from lower highs, lower low, or higher lows, lower highs, kind of wedging here. And this market's going to break out one way or another out of that wedge. I just don't know. Nobody knows if it's going to be higher or lower. But at these prices, got to be worried about what could send it down south versus because that's what hurts the producer ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of wedges, when you and I go out for a nice steak, that is my favorite thing to order is a beautiful steak with a wedge, that wedge of lettuce with that blue cheese on there and bacon. You got the hog guys are happy, the dairy guys are happy. And of course you ordered the steak. So the cattle producers happy. Hey, I just watching above me, people can't see it, but there's a TV drought monitor maps out today. We're going to have that up?
Yeah, let's throw that up and take a look at what's going on in the drought monitor. So yeah, every Thursday morning we get an updated view of this, and the 4-week change is down there on the lower right of the screen. And look at that Eastern Corn Belt, Indiana, Ohio, and was talking before the show with Joe and Connor, and that significant condition change in North Carolina that we saw last week on crop conditions. So keep an eye on the Eastern Corn Belt here.
Okay, because they had that big heat and they did not get the rains. Like obviously, there couldn't be an ounce of drop in Minnesota because there's floating. Hey, of course, we're live streaming live right now on Acres TV, and Zach Hefty posted a TikTok of checking fields, and it was him in a canoe, and it went viral. And it's not funny at all, but the fact that they farm and have hefty seeds right up in that area, that at some point you gotta just.
Well, when times get
of what you have,
when times get tough, and gosh, I feel for the floods are just detrimental and terrible to deal with. I can't imagine, and my hearts go out to those guys dealing with it direct, the businesses, the homes, the families, all that stuff. But it's great to have a good sense of humor, a little laughter, a little smile, a little humor. That sure makes helps you get through those tough times when it is tough.
Yeah, real quick, speaking about our partnerships where we stream everything else, I'm going to play a little video, but folks, if you're out there and you ever missed a show, don't worry. I got a place where you can watch it. Watch this. My beautiful bride, Gina G, is going to tell you where you can catch the ATI Pro Media crew if you ever miss an episode.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to watch more episodes, you can find us on YouTube, Acres TV, or you can listen to us on Apple or Spotify.
That's my bride. We call her 12 Take Gina. It took her 12 takes to get that spit out. As you know, sometimes it gets a little intimidating in front of that green screen, but I love her dearly. Gina's on her way down to Nashville. The kids are on their way. They're going to watch Brady Huck. I understand you're going to be on TV today on the big screen. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, we're going to talk a little bit about this cattle market some more. So I'm excited to be on the Cow Guy Close again today with you, Tommy, and looking forward to it. But this cattle market,
always comfortable working with you. I like when I hear that Brady Huck voice on the other end. Nice thing about this is they do everything for me. All I could do is mic up this, that, and hope you give the folks a good show. Well, I'll tell you this, and this came from the producer in the other room. The last time you were on RFD TV, they said the Cow Guy phone blew up. The Cow Guy phone is the number folks can call. And we did that special about should have been a cowboy. But this is RFD TV. Patrick Gotch just recently passed away. The daughters have taken over Gatsby, but they have such a ag background and such a background in the Western lifestyle, and you are the epitome of the Western lifestyle. So a lot of pressure, but don't disappoint, because last time you were on, they love B Huck. All right,
I'll try to deliver. Deliver.
You will. All right, markets. I don't quite want to talk about what I think could happen with the crop report because it's silly. I mean, Brian Basting did a special real quick about ATI Pro Media Premium. Joe, pop that up. Brian did a special. And go ahead and click on the Brian thumbnail, Joe. The Brian Basting did a special yesterday. Brian Basting was ATI Pro Media's premium subscriber. Let's talk corn, USDA, and South America. Now, we were going to talk beans and everything else. I got cut off right at the end. But pretty much, as Brian stated, everything I just explained to you for corn goes for beans, too. I mean, whether we have too much or too little, what's the acreage, what's the corn acreage, what's the bean acres. There's a lot of things that are going to happen tomorrow. And again, I note, end of the month, end of the quarter, acreage number, stocks number. I was telling the producer, Trevor, here at RFD TV, we could have a bearish acreage number and a bullish stocks number, and they can cross out. We can go negative, negative. We can go positive, positive, right? The funds are short. There's not a farmer out there who's not hoping for limit up. But if you add if 30 cents is limit up and we're 435 corn, even if we go limit up, we'll be 465 D's corn, and that's right back to crop insurance levels. So
Yeah.
listen to me. When the 150 who are watching us live, if we go limit up in corn tomorrow, we're barely at your crop insurance level. So it might be time to start thinking about, what if I'm having a good crop? Now, the person who's absolutely beside themselves, Brady, is the person who has the bad crop, who's watching the market go down. That's tough. That happens. And you never want it to be you, but all of us in ag, as we do this long enough, everyone's got to take their turn, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you want a crop. We're all in the bushel business, and when you don't have a crop, that's got to be the worst feeling in the world. But unfortunately, when you have a crop, usually you don't have the prices that you wish you had when you have that crop. Big day tomorrow, though, Tommy. Significant day. What I'm afraid of, though, Tommy, is we're going to get some data, we're going to get some numbers, but we're going to walk away with more questions than answers. We still got the flooded acres impact. We got the weather going forward. July 4th weather week. That's a huge weather week. In July is a huge weather month for U.S. corn crop production. So we're going to get a data dump. The trade's going to digest the numbers. There's still going to be questions, and they're going to linger for a long time, I imagine.
Yeah, Brian Bassing did mention watch for a possible resurvey. I did hear a statistic yesterday. I was driving to Nashville and I was listening to Chip Flory's AgriTalk, and his guest had said, I might get the years wrong, but maybe 14 out of the last 15 years, whatever way we close on this report, we follow through the next day. It's not 100% guarantee, but 13 out of 14, 12 out of 14, that's a pretty strong statistic. So end of the month, end of the quarter, major reports. If we close high, we may continue to go higher. Now, once the market's closed, we have to digest that information from 11 to 1:15, and that's going to go real quick. And from there, then we go home for the weekend. Then we have geopolitical things. We have weather. We have everything else. So it could be action-packed day. With that, Brady, questions, comments from the peanut gallery? We love when you say stuff. Go ahead, sir.
I got to talking about the price action the day of the report, just kind of to bridge into what you were saying there. This is soybean futures reaction on report day. And last year had a big whopper of a move with 60, 70 cent moves on soybeans. Looking at corn here, not as pretty on corn there with the change in stock futures on this report day. So dynamic market moves, just to illustrate. Interesting that on the follow through, your comments about the follow through the next day.
Yeah, I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to be a farmer into tomorrow's report, right?
How big a farmer you'll be?
How big of a farmer will I be in tomorrow's report? Maybe I won't be a farmer. I'll put my hand up right now, and I don't think with how much the markets have went down that I would go into this report short futures. But if you're hedged and we continue to go down, it could totally be the right thing. Speaking of hedging, one nice thing happened with a lot of people don't like to sell futures because just they don't. They'd rather go in an elevator. But people in areas who have sold futures and they've been short the whole time have had a nice basis pop. I had a farmer say, and he watches the show every day, he said, Tommy, I want to let you know we're running out of grain in America. The basis is popping. No, and no. We're not running out of grain in America. The American farmer has accumulated so much wealth in the last 4 to 5 years due to inflation. They are able to make significant mistakes in marketing. We are not running out of grain, and you, the American farmer, are not running out of money. Poor decisions in cash grain management have led to basis improvements across the country. There are corn bushels, bean bushels, and wheat bushels that are going to have a birthday in the next 30 to 45 days. Back to you, Brady Huck.
Yeah, sometimes we see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear, and we need to. It's nice to have a contrarian point of view at times to keep us balanced and keep us between the ditches in all our marketing decisions.
My mom still tells me I'm good looking. So, you lie to someone long enough, you start to believe it. She never says that to producer Joe, though. So, all right. Oh, grow the farm up. Love this guy. What have you heard about U.S. importing soy meal because of infrastructure issues? So interesting about that, because Tony downstairs, who's doing RFD TV, he said after he leaves here in Nashville, he's going out to the ports on the East Coast to interview some people. So to be continued. I'll watch Tony do his research, and maybe we get you a better answer. I can't answer that today, but I do know people are talking about that. Thanks for asking that. Any other questions or comments? Pretty quiet. Yeah. No, nothing else. All right, USDA report tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're live streaming or not, Brady. I got Connor's going to be here at the office with me. So okay. Connor's in Nashville also. He might be sitting right here. You guys might go live. I'm not so sure that I'm going to go be live. I have a fiduciary duty to help my clients, and I have to keep my phones open. And I'm very interested to see how the market reacts. So maybe you guys start, and I'll pop on if I can. I'll be right here, but I just have to focus on business.
Understand that.
Want to read this one?
Yeah, Luke, our friend Luke. Welcome. I love having you here, Luke. Thanks for your comment. Purdue just trying to cheap out again, undercut Southeast farmers like usual. Yeah, unfortunately, politics and people make impact all our day.
No, absolutely. All right. Real quick on ATI Pro Media Premium. If you're subscribing, you ever need some of the past videos, just call us. Say, hey, I just subscribed. I want to see that Tom Barry video. I want to see Brian Basting. We have them all in our database. We can get those out to you for $1 a day. You get ATI Pro Media Premium. I believe Brady and Tony are going to produce something. I have a couple already in the hopper. Connor filmed the other day. It's free DP free, but we're waiting on that because we might have a tight schedule here next day. I'll build that space for you, Brady. You guys get that out. I'm interested in seeing. Ask Tony her opinion about grain markets and how the crops are in Peoria, Illinois. I know the state of Illinois declined a little bit on ratings. With that, I'm going to hop out of here. I got a lot of stuff to do, but if you enjoy watching this show, turn on RFD TV this afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'll be hosting. Brady will be on what's called the B block, and he's gonna, I don't know what he's gonna do. I hope he doesn't disappoint. He never does. He never does. And with that, Connor B and I will be in the office tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hopefully we can get a live stream out to you, but we're going to produce a lot of premium content. So as you can see, we're starting to lean that way where the good stuff is on premium. www.atipromedia.com. Click like, subscribe, $1 a day. Brady Huck, closing thoughts, and I'll end the show.
A big day tomorrow. Let's see what happens here. Got to get to work today. We'll see you later here, Tommy.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.